Hello, everyone. So I wanted to jump on here because I spoke at the Echo event, as some of you might know, and I wanted to share because I think it'll be so insightful and helpful for everyone. The three pillars, the three elements that make up the actual $1 million look. So, first of all, the $1 million look, it is a combination of your skill set and talent mixed with looking like success on camera and in person. So if you're watching, you know you're already great at what you do. But the problem is that many of you, including myself back then when I lost a contract for $50,000, yeah, and the store said that my look didn't align with the image of the store. Wow, that's when I realized when they said that, I didn't even know it was a thing. I thought I was showing up good enough. I looked good enough, but good enough was not enough. And I know now that people play at a higher level. And to get recognized, to get collaborations, referral partners, everything, you need to show up the best version of you. Doesn't need to cost $1 million, but you need to look the part. Absolutely, because people buy with their eyes. So I thought it'd be a great learn to tell you what the three elements are. The first is the impression of increase. The second is obviously your digital frame, which I like to call your business card. And the third is your wardrobe and style. So let's go to impression of increase. What is this? It's when people, your potential clients, look at you and they're determining whether or not you can elevate them to the next stage of their entrepreneurial journey or whatever it may be. If it's health, wealth, whatever, as long as they're looking at you and can see that you can elevate them to their next level, that's when things shift and you get the focus and they invest. So, why does this matter? Because people do buy with their eyes. And well, let me tell you, yesterday I put down in the comments the link to The Science of Getting Rich. So the thing is you really want to read this book because it is the blueprint for success. Just a little bit about Wallace Wattles. What he did is he wanted to see how people created their wealth. This was back in the early 1900s, but it still holds true today. Many people are wealthy due in part to the fact of the impression of increase. So that's where that book comes into it. He looks and sees how people created their wealth. If anybody, despite their circumstances, could acquire the same kind of wealth. And lo and behold, he realized and actually put it in his book that it is possible. No matter what stage of the game you're in, whatever situation you are in life, you can always increase your wealth. And it explains all of that, but largely in part to the impression of increase. So, what do? You have to always think about intentionality, from the shirt that you're wearing to the shoes you put on. For some people, it's where you sit in an airplane, whether it's first class, the coffee you drink, whether it's McDonald's or Starbucks. People are judging you, even if you're not aware of it. Unconsciously, they might not even be aware of it, but it's those visual cues, those triggers. It's triggering them to lean in and think you can help them by elevating them or not. See, people don't pay for stagnation, they pay for elevation. Put it this way, if you, wherever you are in your entrepreneurial journey, if you meet someone that's at the same place as you, yeah, you're going to admire them. Now, if they're below you, unfortunately, you're going to dismiss them, even if it's unconsciously. But if you see that they're at a higher level, that's when you're going to invest. See, the core to every financial decision, the core, whether they hire you, buy from you, or follow you, the core thing is impression of increase. They follow you for more information to get better at what they do. They hire you because they think you are going to increase the wealth of their business or company or what have you. So again, what do you need to do? You need to be intentional about your choices. You need to ask yourself with everything that you put on your clothes, from your background to the colors you choose, to where you position yourself in this frame, to the energy you bring to the platform. You have to ask yourself, is my potential client looking at me as a product of success? Am I giving off the impression of increase? Now, if you understand what I've been talking about for the last minute or two, then you understand the first element of the $1 million look. Second element is I say your virtual setup or your visual stage. This right here, this frame, I like to say your name and your frame is your game, because this is what makes you money, or it makes you lose money. People are always wanting to connect when you're on those master classes and that, and people are scouring the gallery. They're looking, it's like Hollywood Squares. They're looking who is standing out. And if you're not standing out, you're just one of a square amongst pages. That is not what you came here to do. You invested money in yourself to learn the greatest strategies. And these are some of the missing pieces. So your virtual setup is everything from your audio to your positioning, to your lighting, to your background, the colors you choose. They're all the nonverbal cues. So this is what you really need to pay attention to, because as I said before, people buy with their eyes. Easier on the eye, people will buy. Like I said, this in modern world is your digital business card. It's your storefront. This is the glass, and people are looking in thinking, do I want to go in and see what they're about? Do I want to know about their program, the service, their product that they're selling? Do I? If it doesn't look appealing, they're not going to go. You have to earn that. It needs to literally reflect to your audience, and it needs to be warm and inviting so that they want to be engaged. Those nonverbal cues, your setup is everything. So let's take it from there. Lighting, it matters. It really matters. So if in fact your lighting is fantastic, they think of you as professional. If your lighting's poor, you're amateur. So how do we get good lighting? If you can choose your workspace to have a window in it, this is fantastic. Always make sure that's natural lighting. It's the best. It's going to cast the best lighting on you. It's going to make your features appear softer. It's going to present the feeling of warmth. And like I said, be inviting. Always, always have that window in front of you. Never have any of your lighting, even if it's artificial lighting, behind you. So if you have to use artificial lighting, put it at the side, put it at eye level, and just angle it a certain bit. Play with it till you think it works well. Warm lighting, like I said, I think it works the best on people. Again, that's backlighting, lighting, what I told you. Never have it behind you. It casts a silhouette. Your face can hardly be visible at this point if you're having a silhouette, and your face needs to be visible. This right here, this is your story. This is what makes people want to engage with you, because you have them. You're drawing them in with everything that you've been through or offering or what have you. Stories count, and your face tells a story even when you're not talking. Start using the expression of your eyes. Honestly, it could be funny, but I sometimes would get the mask that I still have from COVID, and I would have my kid look at my eyes and see if they could kind of tell what I was trying to say without saying anything. It was a fun game. She loved it, but practice. This is such a great exercise. And smiling. Smiling goes a long way. It makes people feel like they can trust you. Again, it brings warmth. And this is really what you're trying to instill. You want them to trust you. You want them to stay engaged and stay long enough to see your credibility and expertise. So this is what it's all about when it comes to framing and positioning. I call this rule of thirds. So this is your headspace from the top to your eyes. Your eyes should always be engaged right there at the camera. never over here in the gallery, right there. So it looks like you are seeing people for who they are, one-on-one. This is exactly what needs to be done. Your background cannot be distracting. Keep it simple. Have color, something that really brings life to your stage, let's call it. Everything is a strategy. So we'll talk more about that before now that we get on to wardrobe and style. What is wardrobe and style? Wardrobe and style is all about packaging, let's call it, packaging your expertise so that people, when they look at you on that sales call or master class or anything, they're looking at you and they're thinking you can transform their life just by your expertise being packaged in the right package. Because clothes aren't just clothes and they're not just fabric. They're actually looking at you as packaging your value. That's what they really are. They're visual triggers. They help people to decide who you are and if they even want to like you. Meaning, if you wear the right colors, you can look magnetic and they'll feel it. If you wear the right fit of clothes, you can look powerful and they'll feel that. And if you have the right style, it will show them your credibility. So what do? You start investing in pieces that really are the investment that you're asking. You need to translate. If you're asking for, a $20,000 program, you need to look the part. You can't look 1,000. So you mix and match. This is what styling is all about. When the $1 Million Look, we show you how to put lower end pieces, lower expensive pieces with higher end, but you need to know which higher end so you can mix and match and have a multitude of different looks. That's what it's all about. It's strategy. Same with your jewelry, same with your background. Everything is done and positioned in a certain way. And just a funny top of mind story. I know for years, if I'm going out, someone will stop me, someone I know, and they'll say, Kellyanne, I love it. Your purse even matches with your necklace. And I smile, but in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, that was my strategy today. I'll have a reason behind it, but it's always, I dress with intention. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. This is your takeaway, that what can you do? Don't just get dressed. Dress with intentionality. Dress for the investment that you're asking. Dress for your purpose, your values, your price point. And always remember that clothes is about framing your value. People buy with their eyes. And don't forget, people buy quality. They love quality. We all know we might buy lower end things, but when something quality comes around and we see it visually, we're right there. So show up looking like the expert. Show your value, show the level of commitment that you bring to yourself. And this is reflected to the level of commitment you're bringing to them. So those are the three pillars. Impression of increase. It is your virtual setup. And third, your wardrobe and style. Once those all align and they're working for you instead of against you, that is when everything shifts in your life. You go from being unnoticed to beyond recognized. I'm going to say you become unforgettable. And I love the best is you go from mediocre to $1 million. Now, people, they'll look at you and they'll start thinking something's changed about her. Yeah. It's like I'm seeing her everywhere and she's looking fantastic. I know something's up with that one. Yeah. You start to have this je ne sais quoi. You start to have this vibe that the kids say. They don't know what it is, but you are radiating it. And that is when people step into your world. That's when they say, hey, I want her to collaborate with. I want her to speak on my stage. I want to do a Facebook Live with him or her. That's when your world shifts. And that's when you start getting the income and the acknowledgement that you have worked so hard for now that you have that missing piece. And that's where I come in. And this is the $1 Million Look program. And I wanted to offer, a few days ago, I offered 10 spots because I had 10 remaining. I have 4 spots now. This is going to be one of the last days before it closes up. I'm going to drop the link, and it is a 45-minute conversation with me, one-on-one. The value is $297, but if you were at the Echo event, you know I've worked with Britney Spears, Lisa Rinna, Andrea Martin, and so forth. So usually my hourly is pretty high, starting at $500. But I want to do something special at the event, and I'm transferring it here because you're my audience as well. And I want you to level up to whatever it is that you can be, so that your expertise is shining through and you start making and acquiring the income that you wanted and transforming people's lives and feeling great about it. So the link is going to be in the chat. It's a 45-minute call. I'm going to give you my eyes on your business for 45 minutes. I'm going to tell you the gaps, what it is that you're not really fully engaged in, where you're losing clients because of XYZ. I'm going to tell you how you can strategically put things in place right then and there and after the call with next steps so that you can put it together, implement it, and start creating your $1 Million Look. And I will give you that sequence. I'll give you those next steps. And that's all in that 45 minutes. So I'm super excited to help anyone that wants to jump on. Remember, there's only 4 spots left, and can't wait to be part of creating and you discovering your $1 Million Look.